I'm excited to be taking you guys on a farm tour today where you will see the perfect livestock for the small scale homestead. Animals are fed and watered. Snacks for the trip for the humans. Are you ready to go, little buddy?
Yes.
Potty break.
Potty break time. Oh.
We got some more food for lunch. Maple Hill, grass fed. All right, little buddy, back on the road. You ready? Look, little buddy, there's a moose. You see the moose? I have lived in the inland Northwest for almost 3 years now, and I have never seen a moose before. Very cool. My first moose.
Wow.
So you see the moose over there, little buddy? Here we are, little buddy. This is Castle Rock Ranch. This is not my friend Katie's farm. She keeps her Dexter cattle here, and we're meeting her here first to look at her cattle, and then we're going to her farm to check out the rest of the animals. Hi, Katie.
How's it going?
Great, how are you? You loading hay?
Yeah, well, we're just trying to move it a bit.
All right, little buddy, while they're moving their hay around, we're gonna eat some lunch, okay?
Yes.
Ta-da. Here you are, little buddy. That's the first part.
School.
Don't make a mess. Hey, you got some yogurt on your mouth.
Yes.
Is there yogurt on my face?
No.
All right, I have some avocado and orange.
Ready?
Help yourself.
It's a kids camp in the summer, and they're going to start doing weddings and stuff up here, and pretty much its lower acreage is 40 acres of premium grass, and that's why
You said 40 acres?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's perfect for grazing the cattle. Here, I have to lift this up. Just a really nice ranch to keep the cattle at, though.
And why do you keep them here versus your farm?
I don't have enough property.
Okay.
We had about 5 Dexters on our property, which was good, you know, but once we started doing the jerseys and stuff, we want to keep the jerseys on the grass, doing grass fed for the milk. So I had put my cattle up for sale, and I was just going to sell the Dexters and keep the jerseys, and I had known them, and they were like, you want to partner with the cattle? And I was like, sure. So a couple of years ago, we only had about 8, I think, 8, 9. Now we have 31.
31 Dexters, wow.
Yeah.
And that's,
well, there's a few Angus thrown in there. 21 Dexters, 10 Angus.
is that strictly for grass-fed beef, or are you using them for dairy also?
They do milk the Dexters too, and I used to milk the Dexters, so. And we breed for dual purpose. So you can milk them and use them for meat.
How would you compare their milk production to jerseys?
Oh, it's a lot lower. So a Dexter probably produces about 2.5, 3 gallons a day, whereas a Jersey is producing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you know, about 5 to 6 gallons a day though, so double.
How is the cream quality?
Really nice. They have great milk. We love their milk. Great cream. I made cheese with their milk. I milked them for 9 years before I got 8 years before I got jerseys.
If someone were on a small scale homestead and they just wanted a couple cows for their dairy purposes for personal consumption, they're not looking to produce for market or cheese making or anything like that, do you think that Dexter would be a good fit for that?
Perfect homestead cow. Exactly. They do really well on just grass hay. They're really hardy, really thrifty. They don't get sick. So they're pretty perfect for a small little homestead. You don't have to. You can graze multiple animals on an acre, whereas a big Angus you can't. And they're just a docile breed. They're easy to work with especially for beginners. So she's the one that has a small calf over there, actually. And
so she's full grown then?
This is full grown right there.
Okay.
She's a 2-year-old, so she'll have a little bit. She might not get as high as tall as her, but she'll do some more filling out. What is her? Camel.
Camel. She is sweet as can be.
She looks like a camel, doesn't she?
I know you want to pet her, little buddy.
Good old head.
You can pet her nose too.
There's a Dexter right behind you too that wants to pet you, or wants you to pet her. Go ahead, pet Dina. How old is Dina?
She's 2.
2, okay.
Let's see, I have one. There's Hermione. Hermione hasn't had a calf. She's a bred cow.
Okay, honey, come here. No. This is a big one right there.
Yep, that's Dina.
Dina.
Yeah, Dina's a good girl.
That was a really cool experience getting to see all those Dexters. We are on our way over to Katie's farm now, Kelly Creek Farm, where she has her Jersey cows, her Katahdins, and her American Guinea Hogs. So we are now on Kelly Creek Farm.
Yep.
Can you tell us about your place here?
Well, here we have all our jerseys here, is where we make the cheese, and we have our guinea hogs and our sheep and our goats here. We're on 13 acres. It's all, we can walk over to the edge. The ranch is from down there all the way up to there. That is the creek. Can't see it right now though.
Is that a llama?
Mm-hmm. You didn't see her last time?
I don't remember.
She's a super sweet girl.
Is that a guardian
Mm-hmm.
for the
She's
sheep?
amazing.
Yeah.
We plowed up to the fence.
I guess it likes me. Maybe that's why.
She's
He's
real
happy.
friendly.
Give her a pet.
Whoa, she's fast.
She is fast. Hi, Ellie, right?
Yep.
Hello. Do I smell like cow? That's alright, you're surrounded by cows. Thanks.
So they can totally walk over the fencing right now from their pig pen. So they're just really free range. So the guinea hogs are another one of the heritage breeds that we're trying to conserve. I've been breeding them for a while now, probably like 5 years, I think, 5-6 years. But they're a really docile breed of pig. They graze, very parasite resistant. I don't know, they're just a really nice breed of pig. Really easy when they farrow. They do a really good job. They are just sweet mamas. This is my oldest mama. I've had her for the whole time I've had guinea hogs, 5 years. We probably register and sell breeding stock from about 25% of our best pigs. I don't register and sell a lot of breeding stock. I only pick the best because they are critically endangered. Whereas the Dexters are on the watch list now. They've been, they're doing better. There's more of them now. But these guys being critically endangered, you really have to pay attention and make sure you're adding the best breeding stock into the herd rather than just registering everything and breeding everything. Their last litters were about 10 and 9. So big litters. Usually, I feel like the average for guinea hogs is like 7, 6 to 7. This is her litter, the smallest litter. She just weaned her litter. Roll over. She usually rolls over for me. Roll over.
The appealing things to me that I've read about the American guinea hog is that when you have pasture, that they can sustain themselves completely on pasture. You don't have to supplement with grains.
Nope. I did not feed any of these hogs all summer.
Hello?
All summer until the snow hit. They grazed all summer up on the back hills. There'd be this whole herd. It was so cute watching them run across the fields. They do really good, and if there's, I haven't had a problem with rooting, if there's enough hay. I've been breeding them specifically with the shorter snouts. See how short her snout is? What we've read is that the longer snouts do more the ground breaking, and then the shorter snouts, they like graze more. So, like, see, she's a big heavy girl, and she will sustain way out on that. And they would really sustain really well on just hay too. They'll eat hay just like the cattle out there. Like, if they don't like to walk through the snow, but if they figured out that round bale was there, they would be, all of them would be in that feeder right now.
If you rotate them on pasture, you keep moving them regularly, you're not going to have issues with the rooting, and then they sustain themselves off of the fresh grass that you keep putting them on, so it's really a good system.
They do really great. And there are certain plants out there, I've noticed that they like the roots and they will dig those up, but they, for the most part, they're really great homestead pig, or hog.
Also, what I find appealing is their size. They're not 800 pounds, which is, which can be intimidating if you're on a homestead scale.
Oh yeah, and if they get out, we had our first pigs were blue butts. I think they're Duroc blue butt cross, and our sow was 6 feet long, about this tall, had 16 babies. It was crazy. She would just rip all this down. She'd be out right now. She'd rip all that down. They're really easy on fences.
Well, let's talk about what they need. What will we need in order to keep them at our place? Obviously, they need food.
Yep, food, and which you can just feed them basic, hog grower sow feed. You can or feed them pea pellets. But if you're feeding them pea pellets, it's nice to give them other things. You don't want pea pellets to be their sole ration. Like, they get the hay thrown out, and then we usually give them like a barley and an oat, but something like the oat hay, so they can get their more.
How much feed do they need each day?
Very minimal. Like, so I'm throwing out about 5-gallon bucket full to all these guys right now. But I would say, like, the sows, it's on body weight, but to keep these girls from getting obese, I don't feed them very much. Probably a couple pounds of food. That can be it. But I would say a half a coffee can.
Per grown sow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is all they need. The younger ones, when they're growing, they get more. And then the sows are just on maintenance. But like I said, it's not like the big commercial hogs where you just give them free choice feed, because you'll just be putting on fat. So my ones that were growing up to butcher, we feed them slow too. So.
What about mineral supplementation?
But no, they don't get any minerals. They do pretty good, especially once they're out on pasture. I think they get enough stuff from enough vitamins and minerals from the grasses and the roots and everything they're eating. But
having talked to other farmers that keep pigs, one of the challenges that they have is with water. They usually have, pigs like to make wallows with water.
I'll show you what I have. Okay. And they have the nipples on it, which on this side, this one's just frozen.
Okay.
But with the heater in it, it doesn't, these nipples don't freeze, and say it's like blowing wind and like really cold, like -20, they might freeze up a little bit, but I come out with my blowtorch And so this is their, hi little lady, their normal place for the girls. But the water scene is, yeah. And that makes it so they can't crawl into it. And they get their little nipples and they learn how to drink off of those right when they're babies.
So here we have our Katahdins.
So these are the newborns that
wow.
were just born. Mama, don't get
They were born this morning.
Yeah. But these guys were born last week. So this is a little girl. Or no, it's a boy. You want to hold a lamb?
It's baby.
Which one, Pa?
Here, let's take that off.
Mama, you're okay. You want to hold her for him? There you go.
What if he's too heavy?
She's not heavy.
I just want no hold.
She's very sweet.
Got it? What is it with your jacket?
She's a good mama.
Yeah. Very upset.
How many Katahdins do you have?
11 ewes right now.
Okay.
And a ram. And they're really easy lambing, you know, most of the time I don't have to help the Katahdins. The babies are really smart. I rarely have to bottle feed anything. Usually if it's a triplet I have to bottle feed, but very rarely. Great moms.
Have you ever milked them?
Made the most amazing soap ever.
You also do dairy goats. So
You want to go see them?
well, what's your experience milking the Katahdins versus the goats? Obviously, the Katahdins aren't really a dairy breed, but
It's hugely different. They don't produce a lot, probably about a quart a day, maybe a little less, like pint to a quart. They're not as friendly and easy to handle, but they're pretty good. So milk them with an easy milker. It's a little hand pump because they don't have hand milking teats. Very tiny. The Frisians and stuff, the dairy sheep, they produce about a gallon a day, like a milk goat. The milk goats, they produce, you know, about a gallon a day. So.
but your primary reason for raising them is meat.
Yep, meat, yes. So I would love to make cheese with them though. So I've been breeding them to have nice udders and to produce more milk. So. Their milk is beautiful.
Katie, thank you so much for taking the time to go over the Dexters and the American Guinea Hogs and the llama and everything else today. Thank you. I really appreciate your time.
Thanks for coming out though and seeing the farm in the snow.
Absolutely.